Hey guys, so we got some Arrow news here that came out a while back, and just confirming that Colton Haynes will be returning as Roy Harper to Arrow Season 7. Now this is interesting, and I wanted to give it a bit about it. As I said, it did come out before, and it is interesting. I wanted to talk about it because after the stuff that recently happened with his return on Arrow and his cameos and stuff that he's been doing this season stuff and little bits and pieces and setting him up to be able to return, and the leaving of Willa Holland. She's leaving for Arrow for a little bit, at least to leave this season. She'll come back. She'll probably come back eventually, but it's interesting that she's leaving and the way she left. And if you haven't seen the latest few episodes, you know at least that if you've seen those, you know that at least that Willa Holland has left the show and Thea's gone from the show. She's off with Roy Harper and Nisa Al Ghul, who are gone to looking for the hidden treasures, as she is the rightful heir of the next Ra's al Ghul type thing, and she's there because Willa Holland's character Thea is Malcolm Merlin's daughter and stuff, and so it is an interesting idea the way they set that up. It didn't seem like they haven't set him up yet to have him jump on the show permanently. He's not set up there, and he's gone off on these missions, and the way they set it up with Thea and stuff, it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to be able to come back to the show, how they're going to do that, how are they going to have him back on the show without having Thea on the show, how are they going to explain that. I think that's going to be interesting to see that, and are we going to get an episode before the end of the season with only a few more episodes left, setting him up to returning as a series regular. So I think that's really going to be a cool idea to see. I can't wait to see how they do that, playing it with, having him back but not having Thea, because I really like their relationship and their dynamic is really cool. So I guess it'll be disappointing not to have her but yet have him back, and I'll be interested to see how they do that and how they play with having just one or not the other type thing. And that'll be cool to see if we get to see Thea one more time just before the end of the season to kind of separate the two characters, or if he just comes back with just him to set him up for just a solo returning of just him. So that's going to be an interesting idea, and I think the idea is going to be quite interesting to see that, especially with where things are going right now with Arrow and the whole separating the last two teams, and with Oliver in last week's episode setting it up to going on his own, going back to the original mission. It doesn't look like he wants anyone help, so it's going to be interesting to see where he goes and how he fits in part of this whole dividing of the team. Is he going to start working with Diggle and Argus, or is he going to work with Felicity? Is he going to work with Mr. Terrific and Wild Dog and Black Canary, which he doesn't even know? Which I guess, does he know that Laurel is dead type thing? Did anyone tell him about that? I'm not sure. I don't remember anyone telling him that Laurel is dead, and this new Laurel is actually the Black Siren type thing. Is she from a different Earth? Does he know about that version? That'd be cool things to play with and have him back on the show and deal with all that. So I think it's going to be cool to see where things go with this character. And I think it's an interesting idea. I would have actually brought him on since they're doing this whole storyline with Arrow and having him going back to the original thing, going back to being solo and being alone, not having a team. I would have brought him on, and if he wants to return to the character, I'd have him go over to Arrow, go over to Legend of Tomorrow, and throw him on there for a little bit, and then have him jump over to Arrow when the Arrow is ready to have him back. And Oliver Queen wants to bring the teams back together and have everything back to a team of the Arrow team back and stuff. So I think it's going to be interesting to see though how he jumps back on the team, how it fits together. It's going to be quite interesting to see that and how things kind of all go from here. So let me know what you think, guys, about this, about having Roy Harper back on Arrow. What do you like to see about it? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.